Okay, I'm going to talk about bluing. I'm doing up an old Weihrauch HW35 export, and the last thing I wanted was the steel blacking, because obviously the older guns had like a nice shiny blue finish to them. What I've actually done is researched about 5,000 YouTube sites and learnt nothing about cold bluing and the secrets of hot bluing, the dangers, etc. I'm not really interested in taking those risks. So what I did is I bought a nice cheap electroplating kit, and by accident, and there may be hundreds of you out there that tell me either I'm doing it wrong or I'm an absolute idiot. Regardless, it seems to work. I've nickel plated the steel of the gun, buffed it, compounded it, cleaned it up, polished it first, and then gave it a coat of nickel plate. It confused me because the majority of people tell you to strip the nickel and have the steel absolutely immaculate before you start a bluing process. And as we know, cold bluing isn't very successful as a permanent finish. I'm using Birchwood Casey Perma Blue. You have to excuse the filming, I'm no expert. I'm putting the Birchwood Casey Perma Blue in a stainless steel pan, and I'm bringing it just to boiling point. And the actual receiver, I'm going to use a Bunsen burner on. Now, I found this by accident. Like I say, some of you might say I'm a fool, but shouldn't work, and it does. I just like the bluing. So that's the liquid warming slowly. And that's the Bunsen burner on. Or paint stripper, whatever you want to call it. Got a piece of rag. I've got a piece of grey scotch, normal rag, grey scotch. I'm going to heat the steel. As I heat it, you see instantly it condensates and then dries off. How hot? Bloody hot. But I don't want to change the colour of it. Obviously be careful when you're doing the barrel, because of the heat warpage. If you do it unevenly, you'll end up with a bent barrel. Okay, so that's hot enough to burn my fingers. And when you put the blue on, it makes a horrendous mess. Plenty of it. Get it into the dovetails. Don't wash it off. Don't put oil on it. Just let it dry. Straight away, you can see it's not looking too bad. I can't take it off because it's red hot, but the nickel has taken the blue immediately. Okay, a little bit more heat. Against everything it says in the book, it says don't let the bluing dry. What I see now is the bluing's dried patchy, streaky and bloody awful. Grey automotive scotch paper or scotch pad, and only lightly swirl the bluing round, dip it in the blue, once again into the dovetails, and then straight away, before it starts to dry, rag it back. Now the last piece I did, I probably gave this 10 repetitions. I'm doing the threads as well. Now what you've ended up with is a very matte, dry finish. Now from here, just going to take a punch and put it inside the receiver end. I've got a soft wheel on the polisher with no compound. Just lightly polishing it. Very little pressure. Now I can guarantee if I do that without the nickel underneath, there's absolutely no chance you're going to get a shine on it. And what we've ended up with, and I'll put some photographs on later, is practically a replication of how this weapon was when it was purchased. What I'm going to do now, I've dipped it in automotive car polish, rag that on a little bit, and then I'm going to come in with a buffing rag and buff it off. So rather than taking the nickel plating off, I've buffed up the steel nicely and put nickel plating on it. Now, it's not a brilliant film, but to me, that is as good as when this gun was purchased, probably 25-30 years ago. And what I'll also do, I'll show you the spring cylinder. There's no black, it's shiny, protected. I've left this outside for a couple of days, and historically when I've done or attempted to do cold blue, even when I've had new black blue done, unless you keep oiling them, they do rust. So I hope you find it helpful. Don't forget the nickel plating machine will do hundreds of things, but to me, bit of a chance find, but it works.